meeting between these two teams, a series that goes back to 1913. So plenty of throwback eras amongst the Orange and the Panthers, and it's Pitt with the basketball to start things out in their white uniforms and the blue trim. Coming off a loss against Clemson, where Clemson shot 53% in that game. Pitt is 0-2 to start conference play, but they get the interior and the freshman and Roman Cialepa from Brisbane, Australia.
He's terrific, and Syracuse has a guy named William Kyle. Pitt's going to do their best to pull him away from the rim, leading the ACC in blocks per game at over 3, a big-time defensive presence.
Here is Kyle looking for a kick out. The defense kind of evaporated around him, and he ended up getting an ISO, but missed the turnaround. You saw the starting lineup for Syracuse. Kyan Anthony, Carmelo's son, comes off the bench as the 6th man for Red Autry. Minor missing the three-pointer.
Keep an eye, too, on Barry Dunning Jr., a multi-time transfer, has found a home at Pitt, a big-time scorer. Nice aggressive drive by Nate George, whose numbers aren't quite what they were last year at Georgia Tech, but they're not off by much. This is a guy who's been really playing, kind of finding his rhythm with this Syracuse Orange team. I'm a big fan of his game, a terrific passer for Red Autry.
You speak about Georgia Tech. Syracuse coming off a 10-point win against Georgia Tech, where Nathan George, against his former team, had 17 points and 5 assists, a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line in that win.
Sometimes when you coach a pure point guard, they're looking to get everybody else involved first, and they forget about their own offense. His game has opened up because he's been more assertive, personally, looking for his own looks. You see it in the free throw attempts. Now you have to knock him down, but this is a really talented player with guys around him that can score. He's the key. He's the engine that makes everything work.
Terrence, we expect a physical game. These are two teams, two coaches that really hang their hat on the defensive side of things.
Absolutely, and for Syracuse, it's been a little bit of a struggle offensively this year. Getting Donnie Freeman back in the mix, averaging a lot more points with him in the lineup. Defensively, still really good. You see how much they pressure the ball out towards half court. There's a team that really gets after it. Exhibit A.
And the big man, it's William Kyle going up top for the steal. Syracuse top 20 in the nation scoring defense, and it leads to a three-pointer in the corner for JJ Starling.
Terrific transition offense by Cuse. And that's where Nate George thrives. 2 steals in a row for William Kyle.
Gonna take it himself this time. The poster by William Kyle III. The former high jumper jumps over the Pittsburgh defense.
My goodness. Welcome to the game, William Kyle. 2 quick steals, 2 transition buckets. I believe his chin was at the rim. And Syracuse making it really difficult to even inbound the ball, or not inbound the ball, but initiate their offense through the 5. Corin needs to do a better job of getting open at the top.
Pittsburgh searching for some kick-out 3 opportunities. Now it's a drive by Corin, disrupted by William Kyle. Cuse offense getting out quickly in transition, but they turn it over as the baseline pass goes out of bounds from Nate Kings. Red Autry in his 3rd season, and you know, he has really talked about the athleticism of William Kyle, an all-world high jumper as a teenager who converted his skills to basketball, and you see both in exhibit on that play. Cialepa too strong on the 3. Pitt, one of the things they do well on offense is shoot the three-pointer, 36% three-point shooting team on the year. A lot of injuries for this Pitt team. They essentially have a 7-man rotation right now due to those injuries. William Kyle gets the feed. 6 quick points for William Kyle, and it's an 8-0 run for Syracuse.
And if you're Pitt and you get switched off, and Barry Dunning Jr., he can play some small ball forward, but whenever you have a 6'10" Kyle there rooting out space, the backside of the defense has to be a little bit better and more active.
Cialepa, little rainbow. Pitt was looking for a goaltend, did not get a whistle. It's out of bounds. And there is Red, 3rd season, with Syracuse. And not only has been Syracuse coaching staff for a long time, but a great player for Coach Boeheim back in the day. We were talking to Red before the game. He said, you know, one of the best games of my career came here at Pitt. We looked it up, February 5th, 1994, the Civic Arena here in Pittsburgh. 26 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists for Coach Red.
He was quick to talk about it too, wasn't he?
That's right.
He mentioned that and the game winner by Tyler Ennis. He was on the coaching staff. Runs deep for Red Autry and his passion for Syracuse. That much is evident. He's got his guys really defending at a high level right now, Big E. And Nate George, if he gets ahead of steam, forget about it. This Cuse team is moving the basketball, and it doesn't go in, but they're finding the exact shots that they want, even in semi-break situations.
You look at their defensive statistics this year as Witherspoon fires a 3 and lips out. Syracuse comes to scoring defense and field goal percentage defense. They're fighting with each other for the rebound. It squirts out to William Kyle. This is essentially the best Syracuse defense that they've had since the 2017-2018 season.
He loves that spot. And this, hey, it continues. Syracuse playing quickly, touching that ACC with the ball handler. That's when the Pitt defense is converging, and they're finding good looks. You got to be able to knock some of these shots down.
Donnie Freeman misses the 3. Cuse 1 of 3 to start the game from distance, and a foul underneath.
William Kyle trying to get through the baseline screen, but this Syracuse team playing well. They all want boards. Syracuse out on top, playing hard. We got a good one here in Pittsburgh.
To continue doing that, but unfortunately he's got 2 fouls and now takes a seat on the bench.
Nice offensive set coming out of the timeout. Roman Cialeppa a little too physical on Donnie Freeman, but you said it goes through Kyle. Ironically enough, you're absolutely right. On the defensive end, Kyle's been the guy that initiates everything, right? So forcing turnovers, and that's allowed this Syracuse team to get out and run. And when they do that, they're dangerous, because Nate George is a terrific passer. JJ Starling, one of the fastest guys in the country with the ball in his hands. This is a Syracuse team. The faster they play, the better off they're going to be. This is not something you see all that often. A stacker set for your 4-man. Donnie Freeman, this is the talented individual we were talking about. Number 1 in orange is different on the offensive end, but so is Nate Kings.
Kings reins in the 3, the transfer from Oregon State. He's averaging 10 points per game on the year. Syracuse, a 31% three-point shooting team, not necessarily their strong suit, but they are 2 for 4 from that distance here early. DeMarco Minor up top to Cialeppa, the straightaway 3. Off the front of the iron and into the hands of Akir Soare, who came in for William Kyle, who's on the bench with those fouls. JJ Starling to the rim.
Wow, Syracuse just off to a terrific start. And Eric, I think they've run 1 play that's resulted in points. Everything else has been quick and early in the clock. Just been a terrific defensive showing. But that's where Syracuse has thrived this year. They've been aggressive out on the perimeter. They communicate well. They're switchable. It's been the offensive end where they've struggled a little bit, but if they get turnovers and they can play fast, they're deadly. Tough.
Cialeppa off the glass and in, as Pitt now just 2 for their first 10 from the floor.
I'm a big fan of Roman Cialeppa, the young player from Australia, is a big-time rugby player. Strong as a bull. Better guard Donnie Freeman, though.
Donnie Freeman, who scored 27 points, a career high in the win against Georgia Tech in his last game out, in only his 2nd game back from injury.
He's a terrific player. You see the length, the athleticism, really picking it up in the scoring column.
They left Corhen alone up top. That 3 lips out. Pitt has had some really good looks from deep. They're just not dropping.
Eventually you got to make some shots. Syracuse right now just moving the ball really well. They're patient in their offense.
Pitt 0 for 6 from 3.
2 for $1.
Loose ball, offensive rebound, lobbed inside to Freeman, and 1.
Wow. To say that Syracuse is Donnie Freeman, he gives you a go-to guy when the game slows down, and that's the biggest difference, at least through these last few games with Donnie playing in this game. He's been terrific, and when it slows down, you can set up your offense. He can act as the hub, as the passer. But when he's able to step out and knock down shots and play physically, I mean, it's just a different approach. to your entire offense, really.
I mentioned the 27 points against Georgia Tech. Also had 9 rebounds in that game
That's
as
good.
well. They can move him around the floor, both on the offensive side and defensive side. He takes a breather with 6 points. And it's a 19-4 lead for Syracuse 7 minutes into this ball game. Eric Grothman and Terrence Oglesby here with you in Pittsburgh. ACC Network action Saturday afternoon as a bump foul sends Brandin Cummings to the free throw line for the Panthers.
Foul on Kyan Anthony, a little bit out of position as the ball penetrates in. If you're late on that closeout, Cummings quick enough to get into the lane. Kyan Anthony not on balance when trying to get back in position.
Anthony, Tyler Betsy, and Sadiq White all checking into the game for Syracuse for the first time, as Anthony, the son of Carmelo, who is in attendance here today, picking up the foul. Tonight at 9 Eastern, after our men's basketball quadruple header right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app, the Nothing But Net crew will break down the day in the ACC with highlights and analysis of every game and look ahead at the best matchups on the schedule in the coming weeks. Cummings, a pair of free throws. 3 fouls on each team. Syracuse offensively shooting lights out, 7 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3. They've made 4 of their last 5. We'll see what the reserves off the bench can do to add to it for the Orange.
Get our first look at Sadiq White. That's a tough shot by JJ Starling, former McDonald's All-American. Tough mid-range jumper, and people say mid-range is dead. Depends on who's taking him. That's what I say.
Well, Starling, he can make it from anywhere. He's got 7 points already in this game. 3 of 3 to start the game shooting for him. Cummings, little floater in the lane for the sophomore Brandin Cummings. 4 games this year with 17 or more points. As Anthony drives and draws a foul. He's one of the best in the country at doing just that, which is driving, drawing contact, and getting to the free throw line.
That's absolutely right. He understands I use my body to get downhill. And I'm not really sure what Roman Cialepa is supposed to do there. But I will say, Kyan Anthony, when he checks in, Eric, he's not here to pass.
No.
Like, he knows why he's in a Syracuse jersey. It's to get buckets. He was a top 40 recruit in his class. And I think there was some undue pressure thrust upon him, being Carmelo's kid, of course. But this is a really talented young man who can score.
And it's been a nice addition, not only from a scoring standpoint, but the fact that they bring him off the bench.
Absolutely. And you got to have guys that can come in and change how a game is being played, change the energy sometimes. Now, given tonight, or today rather, Syracuse off to a fantastic start because of their defense. And I'm going to be honest, Kyan still makes some freshman mistakes on that end of the floor, but you know what he's going to come in and bring, some scoring punch, some aggressiveness. And I enjoy having the guy like that coming off the bench and making his presence felt.
Cummings just trying to do it all himself. Brandin Cummings. The guard play for Pitt this year from an offensive standpoint has been inconsistent. One game, one guy pops, another game, another guy pops. Maybe today it's Brandin Cummings' turn for the Panthers. Tyler Betsy pulls up for his first shot attempt of the game. It's a missed 3-pointer. Should be noted for Pitt, Cialepa is now on the bench because he picked up his second foul. So both Cialepa and William Kyle, essentially the 2 best interior players on the floor for either team, are on the bench with early foul trouble here with 11:17 to go in the first half. As Cummings will go to the free throw line, fouled about 15 feet away from the basket on the jump shot. Carmelo is at darn near every Syracuse game to root on his son and to root on the Syracuse Orange as well. And off to a good start, a 23-10 lead for the Cuse. Eric Rothman, Terrence Oglesby here with you. And a little side-by-side of the 2 shooting here, T.O.
Hey, very similar. Elbow in, ball's placed high. Kyan has a little bit of a turn. He's right shoulder dominant a little bit, but a lot of similarities. And you can always see when a guy's son, somebody who played, it's strange to see like the little subtle differences in their game, but every now and then something pops off the page.
Brandin Cummings has 8 of the Pitt 12 points here early. As they pull within 11 and a missed jump shot Panthers are out moving again. Here's DeMarco Minor.
And I don't love that shot for Pitt because Syracuse is better when this game is going up and down. It's a team that struggles a little bit when the game slows down, but if they're playing fast and in rhythm, Tyler Betsy can get loose. Nice offense.
A sophomore from Windsor, Connecticut, who started his career as a freshman at the University of Cincinnati, has found a home as a perimeter shooter here for Syracuse, as the Orange has now made 4 of 9 from 3 here in the opening 10 minutes.
Cuse going a little bit of old school right here. Some 2-3 zone, and Sadiq White comes over. Deflection, Syracuse again off to the races. 4th
turnover on Pitt. There's George driving, got tripped up a little bit, awkward shot, lips out. Syracuse does have 8 points off of Pitt turnovers so far as we hit the midway point of half number 1.
Get our first look at Noyos Indrusitis, a guy that billed as a shooter coming out of Iowa State, but didn't play all that much. He's really struggled from a scoring perspective. They need him to knock down shots.
Corhen right in the middle of that zone. That is how you attack it.
Speaking of knockdown shots, I feel like Cameron Corhen, that's where he's improved his game as much as anywhere else. It's his ability to stretch the floor a little bit. You first saw him at Florida State. He was an athlete. He's worked on his jump shot. Nice pass to the middle, get it to the ACC. And if you're Soiree, you better close out to the shooter quick, because that defense really spaced out. And it's amazing how the 2-3 zone has evolved since the early 2000s, where it was packed in, it was tight. Now those wings a lot more spread out.
And a play
try to check the three-point line.
Yeah, T.O., and a play like that where Suarez late on the closeout makes you wish you had William Kyle on the floor. Instead, he's on the bench with those 2 fouls as Cummings, the runner. Brandin Cummings, 10 points here in the opening half.
And if you're Red Autry on that one, you just live with it. And you have to love it. Cummings is a guy, I thought he was going to be a breakout candidate this year. He has some scoring pop to his game, some creativity.
Yeah,
that's a big time up and under and floater from the top of the key. You don't see that all that often.
Step back for Kai and Anthony with 6 on the shot clock. Betsy going in there for the offensive rebound, a tie up underneath, and the possession arrow in favor of Syracuse.
You see Cummings. He was getting busy on the perimeter, a little between cross, step back. May or may not have kept his pivot foot.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all. But Cummings, he can score at 34 points in a loss against Hofstra here at home a few weeks ago. As Pitt has made 4 of their last 5. It's a 2-minute scoring drought for Syracuse. They're still up by 10, however. Betsy took a couple steps back to hit that 3.
That's what he does. There's not a ton to his game off the bounce. Tyler Betsy's looking for 3-point shots. And whenever you stand 6'8", 6'9", and you can see over the defense, high release point, there's a reason he was 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Connecticut in high school. I mean, this guy is a terrific shooter.
Top 100 recruit. An answer on the other end. Omari Witherspoon, the freshman from Maryland.
Went to St. John's College. He hasn't been consistent, but overall this season, right at 8 points a game, you expect some of these freshman dips, but the natural talent for Witherspoon is certainly there. Speaking of
Sadiq White, who his minutes has really gone down over the past couple games, and he's averaging essentially 22 minutes a game throughout the course of this whole season. In the last 2 games, just 9 minutes per game. His production's gone way down, but making a big impact here early with that turnaround jumper.
Well, that's right, but sometimes it's not his fault. It's just that Donnie Freeman was there. Indrusitis has just not been able to find his rhythm over the last 4 or 5 games. Witherspoon has a
offensive rebound and back-to-back triples for Omari Witherspoon.
But you talk about Sadiq White, number 0. For Syracuse. This is a guy from Myers Park High School, south side of Charlotte, played for Scott Taylor, friend of mine. One of the best run and jump athletes in all of college basketball, still figuring out the skill part of his game. But there's a lot of potential.
And he gets the assist right there to Tyler Betsy, his 3rd triple of the half. As both of these teams going back and forth from long range and a loose ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Pitt after the timeout.
Syracuse knocking down shot.
They're well on their way. They haven't had a game this year where they've made 10 or more three-pointers. They could get that by, early second half at this rate.
Well, shot making's contagious. So you step out, you have a couple guys get some easy looks, and Syracuse playing fast is a different team. You can't turn the basketball over early against the Orange because that's confidence starts to go. One guy hits one, then everybody starts to feel good.
Donnie Freeman back out on the floor for the Orange. William Kyle still on the bench with those 2 fouls. So is Roman Cialepa with 2 fouls of his own for Pitt. Pitt, on the other hand, just 2 of 11 from deep.
I like it.
Sadiq White, turnaround midair, good finish.
Just a really good offensive set. Starling coming off a Spanulis action. Priscilla Spanulis, want to throw that out there. Greek legend. Coming off, getting the handoff, turning around, setting a ball screen. And JJ Starling, just an older player, understanding how to manipulate it. We're going to be able to take another look at it right here, Eric. I thought this was just a really good job by JJ Starling, understanding leverage. I don't have the shot initially. Sadiq White turns the screen, and you got to have somebody come over and chip. Barry Dunning Jr., not enough. And when you have a small guard on the backside of DeMarco Minor, that might as well be no help side.
Pitt scored the first bucket of the game. They have not led since. It has been all Syracuse. A balanced scoring effort from the Orange so far, with Tyler Betsy leading the way with 3 3-pointers and 9 points. Brandin Cummings leading for Pitt with 10 of his own. Witherspoon throws it inside to Corhen, finishes with the left, and a late whistle will send him to the free throw line.
A little bit of a miscommunication on a ball screen right here between Betsy and Freeman. Betsy felt like he could get over, and you have 2 like-sized guys. They both retreat at the same time, and Betsy just doing his best to recover. Nice recognition by Witherspoon, who's come out and played well for Pitt here early.
6 points for Witherspoon. First personal on Betsy. Ron Groover, Sean Hull, and Chase Shaw, your 3 referees.
Great crew
in this ACC battle.
Great crew.
Corhen, 5 points after the free throw. Donnie Freeman reins in the triple.
I mean, a pick and pop 4-man who can step out. You see the difference in the Cuse offense now that he's back in the fold. And if you're Omari Witherspoon and you have JJ Starling over in the left corner, just go ahead and come all the way over. And try to contest that shot. Make him swing that basketball, because Donnie Freeman right now is acting different on offense.
9 points, 3 rebounds for Freeman. Fade away for Witherspoon on the baseline, not there. Freeman missed those 9 games with an injury. It's his 3rd game back, coming off a career high 27 against Georgia Tech last game out. We'll go back inside. Sadiq White, a little turnaround jumper over Minor, has been there quite a few times here early. And a mismatch down low, a transition 3 from the hands of Brandin Cummings, who's now got 13 points.
He's been the Lone Ranger so far for Pitt. Need to continue finding him in the half court.
4 for 4 from the floor.
He's done it off the catch. He's running the floor. Got to keep looking for him.
JJ Starling, he answers. It's the 8th 3-pointer made for Syracuse in the half.
This Cuse team doesn't shoot it?
I just read the stats, I don't know. 8 for 13 from 3 for Syracuse, as Starling now leads the Orange with 10 points, but not far behind Freeman and Betsy, both with 9.
You know, it's interesting because when you break the roster down guy by guy, you would think this team could shoot. I mean, Nate George, capable. JJ Starling, capable.
Kings, good 3-point shooter.
Absolutely, and they just haven't been able to get things going.
That was 1 on the shot clock as Barry Dunning Jr. beats the zone. First bucket of the game for Dunning, the senior from Mobile, Alabama.
But if you're going to give up a jump shot, what kind of jump shot you want to give up? Long 2s, right?
At the end of the shot clock.
Absolutely. Pitt has taken and made 2 of those, but it's kind of playing into Cuse's hands so far.
The lead is a dozen with 7 on the shot clock. And a whistle. JJ Starling was trying to make his way inside.
The Syracuse team functioning at a high level on the offensive end of the floor. That man right there, JJ Starling, it really pulls out that extra big. So him knocking down shots adds some fluidity to the Syracuse offense, because now JJ Starling has a little bit more space to operate whenever he gets downhill. Nate George, same thing. Nate Kings is able to get some of these swing passes to the corner to find some open looks. Their offense is just completely different with Freeman on the floor. And I think Sadiq White will end up getting there. He needs to continue working as far as his perimeter shot is concerned. But, I mean, this is a different looking Syracuse team.
It also helps if William Kyle gets into foul trouble like he has early in this one. He can sit on the bench, and Freeman is out there and kind of take the load off of the interior offensive and defensive side of things for the Orange. Speaking of the interior, that's Corhen missing the turnaround. Guarded well underneath by Akir Soare. Freeman left all alone in the low post.
Just running the floor, rim to rim. But it all stems from Syracuse's defense. That's where they've been good all season long. And then you add this ancillary offensive piece, just changes the trajectory of this team.
Shooting 64% from the floor, 61% from three in the opening half. Witherspoon spinning baseline as he was fouled trying to go.
Witherspoon's opened up this game. I mean, you can see the physical advantages that he has at the guard spot. Continues to be aggressive.
Tio, I know you wanted me to finish that North Carolina promo from earlier. Freshman phenom Caleb Wilson and 17th ranked North Carolina hosts Wake Forest at the Dean Smith Center tonight at 6 Eastern. And then immediately following that game, we'll debut our documentary chronicling the 1993 National Championship winning North Carolina team led by Dean Smith. You'll get never before seen footage and interviews with players and coaches. You can catch the game and the documentary right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Just over 2 minutes to go here in half number one. Syracuse has won 4 of their last 5. Pitt still looking for their first ACC conference victory of the year.
This is a broken play right here. How do you fix it if you're Syracuse? Open up that side. It's a little convoluted right now. Not much spacing. Get it to Freeman. Let him figure it out.
Goes against the double team. Ton of contact and no whistle. Freeman not happy about it. Jumping the passing lane, it's Nathan George. He'll take it himself.
That's a killer. You finally get a good stop. If you're Pitt, you're staying in front. You're forcing a shot at the end of the clock. Then you turn it over trying to play too fast. Just when Pitt's trying to sneak back in this ball game.
4th steal for Syracuse. They've made 8 of their last 10 from the floor as Cialepa back out there for Pitt with those 2 fouls for the final minute and 15 seconds. Corhen harassed going into the lane. 5 to shoot now for Pitt. Cialepa on the far sideline. Offensive rebound, Pitt. Corhen puts it back up. He's short. Loose ball on the floor.
Oh.
And a timeout taken by Syracuse.
Hey, just and when Syracuse knocks down shots, his assist numbers are going to be out of this world. Now keep an eye out here. Pitt showing a long 1-3-1 with Barry Dunning Jr. at the top. Just a terrific athlete. You need to make quick decisions here or get a wide open 3.
It's from it's from the lefty Nate Kings. It nearly went in.
Right.
Rattled out, but an open look nonetheless. Under a minute to go.
But I like the call coming out of a timeout. Switch it up. Don't allow for an ATO, and after timeout play, Cummings has been aggressive.
Brandin Cummings, one of the bright spots for Pitt here in the opening half, and one, he's got 15 points.
Brandin Cummings doesn't like misses. Now 5 of 5 from the field, gets to his right hand, strong move, takes the hit, high. I don't know if that went off the glass or not. Nice move. Brandin Cummings, obviously the younger brother of Nellie Cummings, who played at Pitt prior. I thought coming into this season he was a guy who could break out because he has some shiftiness. There's Nellie Cummings there. Brandin has some shiftiness with the ball in his hands, can knock down shots, does a lot of positive things. This 1-3-1 zone.
Cummings has not missed a shot yet today. 16 points on 5 of 5 shooting. It's the most points Syracuse has scored in the first half all season long. Can they add to it here in the final 15 seconds? A lob inside, off the mark, intended for Soiree. And nearly a turnover by Pitt. Final 6 seconds of the half. And a baseline slam inside. Barry Dunning Jr. finishes. Now the other way, 1 to shoot. George comes up short on the 3, but a stellar offensive first half for Syracuse.
Absolutely terrific, moving the basketball.
And you see the three-point shooting stats for Syracuse. They were 8 for 15 from three-point range in the first half. They have not had a game this year where they've made 10 or more threes. They are 2 away from that as we start the second half, and Syracuse drops back into the zone. Pitt has the ball to start things off. They go inside to Corhen. And a turnover.
That's when you have to score, and you can't wait for the defense to converge. You're going up against a 2-3 zone. You have an isolation. Try to get to that hook shot quickly, or else that second defender is going to be there in a hurry.
William Kyle back out on the floor to start the second half for Syracuse. He played just 4.5 minutes of the first half because he picked up 2 early fouls. But boy, he was a spark in the opening couple minutes with a couple monster dunks and turnovers as he goes up for the rebound there on the offensive glass, and he's fouled underneath.
Syracuse really active on the defensive end, Eric. And in this 2-3 zone, you move it around, you get wide open. You need to make a quick move. Nice job, Donnie Freeman, initiating the contact on defense, forcing the turnover. But you have to make quick decisions against a zone. Oh my gosh!
Goodness! Oh, William Kyle, the third. What?
Just show replays of that the rest of the game.
Two of the best dunks you're going to see all year from William Kyle in just 5 minutes on the floor today.
Please stay out of foul trouble. Holy smokes. William Kyle picked up 2 early, but the man lives above the rim.
And a turnover there. Holy cow. That's one of the greatest tip follow dunks I've ever seen.
Somebody foul somebody. I got to see it again.
Freeman double team Kyle. 2 hands this time. And a timeout taken by Pitt.
Holy smokes. Syracuse sees about his game, but what he does overwhelms all the rest of those parts. He's not a great free throw shooter. There's not a ton of perimeter game, but the man is one of the best athletes on planet Earth. At least this big rock. I don't know about the rest of them, but unbelievable.
Some pressure from Syracuse. Full court coming out of the timeout as Pitt looks to regroup after the thunderous William Kyle dunk. Cummings was the one who did it in the first half with 16 points and a foul up top with 6 on the shot clock. You know, talking about Kyle's athleticism, he's got the 44-inch vertical, a 7'3" wingspan. There was a story written earlier this year from Syracuse.com talking about how he was a high jumper as a young kid. And he went to a competition when I think he was about 10, 11 years old, performed really well, and as they were leaving, somebody went up to his dad, another foul up top on Nate Kings, and said, hey, are you guys going to nationals next week in Texas? And they were like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, your son is one of the best high jumpers in the country. You should be going to nationals next week. And they're like, okay, I guess we're going to nationals next week. They won some competitions, but just a freak athlete.
Some guys just get it. And look, he was the Summit League Defensive Player of the Year, decides to take a stab at going to UCLA. Didn't really fit what Mick Cronin likes to do out there in Westwood, but he's a guy that in the right system can make a definite impact. And at Syracuse, it's the right blend of guys.
5 on the shot clock for Pitt. DeMarco Minor hits a 3.
And a good contest.
It should be noted, Tio, that Nate Kings picked up 2 fouls. Oh, nearly another alley-oop going down to William Kyle and out of bounds off of Pitt. That was nearly another highlight reel dunk. I was just going to mention
Donnie Freeman, who's been shooting the ball well, gets a chance to find his rhythm early in the second half from the free throw line. That's never good.
And Pitt, you know, listen to Coach Cable. We talked to him earlier. It's been a tough year for him. Deshaun Jackson, who transferred over from Iowa State, not playing at all this year with an injury. They've lost Papa Conte, another interior player. And he told us flat out, listen, I thought we were going to have a really interior front-loaded team coming into this year. Now, because of injuries, we're forced to play with a short bench and a smaller lineup.
Yeah, and they were forced to downshift. Like Roman Cialepa wasn't supposed to start his freshman season at Pitt. But with Deshaun Jackson out, what ends up happening is you're having to downshift a little bit.
Yeah.
Play Corin at the 5, where he would be most comfortable at the 4. And it's really been tough for Pitt to kind of figure out rotations. They're about 7 deep, and they had to pull a red shirt off of Kieran Mullen, who's not ready for big action, but they're being forced to because they're so short in the front court. The Deshaun Jackson, that was a killer because it forced Pitt to play completely different than how they planned on coming into the season.
Cummings scored for Pitt, and JJ Starling responded for the Orange. He's now got 14 points and a 56-42 lead for Syracuse. Witherspoon, the left hand, flips it up off the iron and into the arms of William Kyle III, his 3rd rebound of the game. Freeman, they drew the double team. Extra pass in the corner. And Starling sidesteps the defender and knocks down the triple.
That's just really good ball movement and unselfish play by the Syracuse Orange. Donnie Freeman sees the double team coming, passes out to Nate George, who makes the good, better, best pass to the corner. Just really good offensive play by Red Autry's team.
Starling's made 3 three-point attempts in 3 attempts, for Syracuse, 59-42. Eric Rothman, Terrence Oglesby here with you at the Peterson Events Center. It's been all Cuse since, well, Pitt scored the opening basket of the game, and since then Syracuse has led the entire way. Cummings lost it off of his foot. A whistle behind the play will be against Syracuse. It's on JJ Starling, his first.
And Syracuse playing with a lot of enthusiasm and confidence right now.
Yeah.
I would argue, try to take off the angle first. Don't let the guy get middle, and you're not putting yourself in position to get a foul call, but show your hands, continue to play aggressive. The activity level right now for the Orange has been awesome. William Kyle almost blocked that.
Cialepa got the offensive rebound though, but yeah, the vertical leaping ability of William Kyle is on display nearly every play today that he's been out there. And Syracuse has really taken advantage of the opportunities that they've been given, but Cialepa takes one himself this time, goes down hard as he was fouled from behind. As Nathan George, I don't think the intention was to
Well, the intention was
down.
Well, the intention was to get your money's worth because Cialepa's going up for a foul, and I'm a little bit surprised they're not taking a look at this.
Fouled him pretty hard.
He did, and I think Nate George was going after the ball, sure, but intent isn't necessarily the decision when it comes to flagrant foul. A nice hustle getting back. They're not going to look at it.
Cialepa at the free throw line. 4th team foul on Syracuse.
I really like Roman Cialepa. He's going to be a good player for Pitt. And he's a guy who played at the U19 World Cup for Australia in Switzerland, and he was fantastic there. But for Australia, he was playing the 3 spot. So because of some of these things we've talked about with Deshaun Jackson being gone, he's having to shift down a position to the 4. And while he's had success, not necessarily where he's most comfortable.
Former rugby player, one of the best high school rugby players in Australia before transitioning primarily to basketball. There's a foul. Donnie Freeman was cutting across the lane. Cialepa picks up the personal.
They were calling it on the floor. I think Freeman wanted 2 free throws, but you know, I think the hard thing to gauge whenever you're a freshman and a young player, when you're going up against a star like Donnie Freeman, how much space do you give at about 15 feet, right? Cialepa is a physical guy. Certainly a balancing act.
Comes Kyle again, this time finishes with the finger roll, and he'll go to the free throw line.
And he wanted to pass the ball, but William Kyle jumps high enough that he has ample time to make decisions while he's in the air. Has a mismatch. DeMarco Minor a little bit of a gamble here. Help side coming over late. He was going to pass it. Easy finger roll. I mean, William Kyle, everything's inside of 8 feet, sure. But my goodness, there's not many people on planet Earth that could do some of the things that he does.
It's 8 feet around the basket and 18 feet above it, it seems like.
You throw an alley-oop, just throw it to the moon and see what happens.
Bank it off the Jumbotron. 2-3 zone for Syracuse once again. Witherspoon. Turnover.
In going from man to zone, zone to man, Syracuse keeping Pitt off balance right now. Every time Pitt starts to find a little bit of a rhythm, Cuse just mixes it up.
Wow. JJ Starling flies in, and now 9 turnovers on Pitt have led to 18 points for Syracuse.
Eric, I think a safe bet is to say that when Syracuse operates like this, I don't know if there's anybody they can't compete with. I mean, defensively, they've been on it. Offensively, they're attacking the glass. They're knocking down shots. I mean, Pitt has just been blitzed today.
I was in Syracuse calling the Oranges win against Northeastern a couple weeks ago. Donnie Freeman wasn't in the game due to the injury. I think there was like 55 fouls in that game. This is a completely different offense with him on the floor. You just see how much it opens up, and he doesn't even have to be that active. And yet it seems like it's just getting guys like Starling, guys like Kyle, more opportunities to have ISO looks to do what they do best, which is make athletic plays with the basketball.
Absolutely. And just having him in the game as a threat to score. I mean,
yeah.
Corin always has to, so they're effectively, Freeman just being on the floor, Corin has to be away from it. And you're able to open up just a little bit more the offense for these explosive guards.
See Alepa out there with his 3 fouls, missing the corner 3.
Oh no.
Loose ball turnover. Now Cummings fires. Offensive rebound. See Alepa didn't even take a dribble. Finishes off the glass and in.
And if Pitt's going to get back in this game, that's how they have to do it. Continue to attack the offensive glass. You're going to have to slow down tempo a little bit. If you're the Panthers, slow down tempo, turn it into a grind session, because when the game slows down, Pitt can have success. We're going to take another look at that previous play. This is a guy who plays with a certain tenacity, and Australia used to get him to his right hand downhill, and there was nobody who could say he would attack the basket like a rugby player would. And because he's a little bit out of position, it's hard to put him in those spots to where he can do what he's most comfortable. That's getting to his right hand. Syracuse shooting it.
Okay, King's missing, and a foul underneath. They're going to call Brandin Cummings for undercutting Akir Soiree. Fans want an over the back call. Instead, it goes against Pitt.
Take a look at the left part of your screen. Brandin Cummings reaching around with his left hand is what the referee said. Yeah, grabs a hold of his shorts. It's not much, but it's enough for the foul call.
3rd foul for Cummings. So now Cummings and Cialepa both with 3 fouls. 12.5 minutes to go here in regulation. Kai and Anthony back out there for the Orange. A quiet night for Anthony. Afternoon, I should say. Just 2 points, 0 for 1 shooting from the floor. 2 to shoot. Someone's got to let it go. George is too long. And a turnover on the Orange.
Hey, these are the stops that matter, right? You're coming off an offensive possession for Pitt where you end up with an offensive rebound and a putback. You come down and play solid possession defensively. Now, if you're Pitt, you just have to stack possessions, stack positive possessions. But again, Syracuse switching back to his own defense. So now you have to redefine what you're trying to do on the offensive side of the floor if you're Jeff Capel.
They'd love to get DeMarco Minor going. He's got just 3 points as he feeds Barry Dunning Jr. A long offensive rebound to Cummings. Back to Dunning, inside Cialepa. A whistle and one.
Just really good.
Panthers hoodie. all decked out and ready to go for Pittsburgh sports. Sarah Groff and Terrence Oglesby here with you. It's a 7-0 run for Pitt, T.O., and they're just hanging around.
That's right. They're just hanging around, and that's what you want to do. You're at home. Play long possessions on both sides of the floor. If I'm Pitt, I'm trying to slow down the tempo of this game. No live ball turnovers, and start stacking stops on this end of the floor. Heads up. Great defense.
A lob knocked away by DeMarco Minor. Cialeppa kicks it out. Dunning for three. And Sadiq White was fighting for the rebound, and he was fouled.
It's almost been a little bit of a role reversal in how these offenses are playing. In the first half, it was Syracuse playing freely and moving the basketball and not calling sets. In the second half, Syracuse has been slowed down drastically. And as a result, some of the shot quality has not been quite as high here in the second half.
So the foul was on Cialeppa, so that's his fourth. Each team has 6 team fouls, but that is a big deal, as Pitt has to put Roman Cialeppa on the bench, and that is Akir Soiree with the slam underneath. Was just sitting down there waiting for the pass to get to him.
Soiree, one of 2 Georgia Tech transfers on this Orange roster. And Pitt, I understand wanting to press, but really what you're doing is you're opening up the floor. Brandin Cummings just feels like it. That's good. Good recovery by Syracuse. Back to a man. Akir Soiree communicating well. Nice move.
Dunning Jr. on the offensive glass. Third chance for Cameron Corhen. That all started with a Noyes Andrusitis miss, as Pitt crashing the offensive glass and getting a bucket.
Just continue stacking good possessions. Lead down to 11.
Syracuse led by as many as 18. A lob inside. Soiree swatted from behind. Barry Dunning Jr. called for the foul.
Barry Dunning Jr. is too late coming over. You have a ball screen going the wrong way. The chip guy needs to meet the roller a little bit higher up. You're going to see the backside. Barry Dunning worried about Kings, the shooter, on the backside. You have to come over further if the lob's going to be there.
Syracuse at the free throw line. It's been a much maligned free throw shooting team for much of this season for Syracuse. Statistically one of the worst in the country at shooting free throws, but they have really turned things around in that department. They were 23 of 31 from the free throw line against Georgia Tech. They are now 10 of 11 from the free throw line here tonight against Pitt. So back-to-back games, and it seems like, you know, maybe everything coming back to the mean for Syracuse free throw shooting wise, but they were real bad from the free throw line for the first 10-12 games of the year.
Ball needs to move quickly. Quick pass fake, get rid of it. Excellent offense.
Knocked out of bounds. Corhen was going up with it. Great touch passes by Pitt to work it inside to Cam Corhen.
I mean, the worst thing you can do against a 2-3 zone for Syracuse is catch and hold. Get rid of the basketball, fake a pass, make a pass, and you're going to be able to find opportunities.
Cummings fading away. He's got 22.
Tough chance. Better shot. Brandin Cummings been good today. 8 of 10 from the floor, 22 points. No longer the Lone Ranger. Cialeppa came alive a little bit here in the second, but going to need him to be extra assertive.
Cialeppa on the bench with those 4 fouls now. So maybe Cummings back to being the Lone Ranger. Turnover. Starling booted it out of bounds.
Hey, stacking stops, right? Just continue doing that. Now you wonder, how long do you wait till you get Donnie Freeman and William Kyle? And there's your answer right there. Get your point guard back in. Get some of these younger players out of the game. And it's not that they did anything wrong. It's just you're bringing in some veteran pieces that understand time, score, and spacing on offense. Now Syracuse back to a man-to-man.
Freeman, William Kyle, and Nathan George checking back in.
Syracuse's activity on the ball has certainly changed here in the second half. They're not picking up nearly as high in man-to-man. Communication, while it's still been decent, that's just a bad decision. Andrositis, get rid of the ball. Just get rid of the ball, turn into a shooter. That's tough. He's really struggled. And over the last 3 games, he hasn't scored and he's gotten minutes. And really, he's still a freshman. He played at Iowa State last year, but he never really got any significant minutes. He's still learning who he is as a basketball player.
Takes a seat on the bench in favor of another freshman, Amari Witherspoon. Under 9 minutes to go here in regulation. Eric Rothman, Terrence Oglesby, ACC Network action on a Saturday afternoon as Donnie Freeman turns around in the post and finishes.
And when things get hard, you need a guy that you can throw the ball to and rely on to get a bucket. That's what Donnie Freeman brings to this Syracuse team.
Marco Minor off the heel as Pitt now 4 for 21 from 3. Syracuse turns it over. Dunning into the lane and a slam. Pulls Pitt within 11.
Can't be careless with the basketball. You have a team that's surging a little bit. The crowd's starting to get into it.
8th turnover on Syracuse, leading to the bucket by Dunning. And that's another one. Minor got a piece of it. It went off the hand of Nathan George and out of bounds.
You see Donnie Freeman tries to get rid of it quickly. Be assertive with the basketball. You're scoring in the half court, and Barry Dunning, flush. 2 hands, easy work. You got to take care of the basketball. That's been Syracuse's theme over the last 4 or 5 possessions. Don't give Pitt extra opportunities to get back in this game.
And of course,
who else?
It's Brandin Cummings who drips that one in over the front iron and down to a single-digit lead.
And now the energy's here. You force turnovers, you stack stops, you get it within single digits. Pitt playing well.
Donnie Freeman, foot on the line, along to the silencer from Donnie Freeman.
Red Autry's glad he's back.
Boy, is he ever. 17 points now for Freeman. Cummings weaving, finds Dunning Jr., steps inside the arc. Back to a 9-point advantage. Used to be 18, now it's cut in half.
And Pitt's playing well on the offensive end of the floor now. Things have turned, and it's amazing the energy in the building picks up when guys start making shots.
Defensive rebound there. Pitt shooting 48% from the floor in the second half.
Good decision by Brandin Cummings.
Now it's DeMarco Minor. Stops on a dime to Cummings for 3. He hits it.
DeMarco Minor had what he thought was a mismatch. Drives, commands multiple defenders, and finds Brandin Cummings, who's got 27. Been on an absolute heater.
Orange go back to Freeman. Straightaway 3 for Donnie Freeman in response.
Speaking of heater, Donnie Freeman's a dude. What a shot, taking matters into his own hands.
20 points for Freeman, his 3rd made 3 of the game.
I thought it was going up.
He wants it. Cummings flips it. Corhen. Good move.
Good possession. And Brandin Cummings making all the right reads on offense. Coming off ball screens, finding rollers, knocking down shots. 27 points and 3 assists so far. Right 45, he'll knock it through. And then a ball, and then Donnie Freeman on the other end. He's getting loose, taking the game over. It's been mono. Just really cerebral approach to half-court offense.
Well, the Syracuse defense has gotten a little loose, a little lax, and allowing Pitt to get back into this game, only down by 7 now.
They haven't been as aggressive on the ball. In the first half, Syracuse's defense was up in your face right at half-court. That hasn't been the case since the break.
Nate Kings, they found the 3-point shooter. Barry Dunning Jr. got in his way, and Kings will go to the free throw line.
You know, Barry Dunning Jr. doesn't like that call, but you got to let the guy land. Nice move by Kings. I mean, you're not giving the official a choice but to call that foul. And whenever you're trying to make a run back in this ball game, now 7, you can contest to try to block the shot, fine, but you need to go off to the side, because now you're giving Nate Kings, a good free throw shooter, 3 easy ones.
And a reminder, tonight, freshman phenom Caleb Wilson and 17th ranked North Carolina will host Wake Forest. That's at 6 Eastern. And then be sure to check out the new documentary chronicling the 1993 national championship winning North Carolina team led by Dean Smith. You've got never before seen footage and interviews with players and coaches. Catch the game and the documentary right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app.
And I said Nate Kings was a good free throw shooter. Last year, he was a good free throw shooter, shooting 55% from the line this season. But last year at Oregon State was up at 81 and change. Not really sure what that's all about, but it's a guy who knows he can shoot it.
Cummings to the rim, trickles off.
That was awfully close to goaltending. Excellent effort by Cuse.
Under 5 minutes to play in regulation. The 129th meeting between these two schools. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1913. Five to shoot. George a mile away from the basket, lobs it inside to Kyle, but just not a good pass.
Really good job, Barry Dunning, staying active.
Now Dunning on the other end bricks the 3. Loose ball on the floor, and Kings comes out with it. And a foul on Pitt.
And I'm going to take another look at this shot a second ago. I thought William Kyle came up the wrong side of the basket here. Going up for the rebound. Is it still in the cylinder? Ooh, it was close. So didn't touch it, but at the same time,
yeah, but if you hit
my
the
eyes
rim,
didn't deceive me.
It looked like he almost hit the rim.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. Kyle will take a seat on the bench.
Of course, he lives on the rim.
That's true. Syracuse 13 of 15 from the free throw line before that miss by Nate Kings. It was the 9th team foul on Pitt, so Syracuse will be in the double bonus the next whistle against the Panthers. Minor lowers the shoulder, goes up, and he's rejected underneath by Akir Soiree.
I thought JJ Starling, he should have pushed the tempo. That's where you were scoring in the first half. You don't necessarily have to go try to score, but attack the paint, get into that blue area. Now you got one-on-one with your best player, though. It's hard to argue. That's a lot of contact.
3 guys converging on Freeman. No whistle as he misses the pull-up. Now Witherspoon underneath the basket. Chased by Freeman. Caught in no man's land.
Need to get a ball screen. Get Soiree out in space, see if you can find one if you're Brandin Cummings. Bang.
Long 2 for Brandin Cummings. He's got 29.
We're down to 7. Pitt's just crawling back in this one.
And it's been all Brandin Cummings. On the shot clock, 3 minutes to play in regulation. Starling drives, tried to finish with his right hand going left, an awkward looking shot.
Just set a ball screen and let my man go. That's where we're at in this game.
Cummings slips, crossover for 3. Hasn't missed many in this one, but that was the worst by far as Cummings' 3-pointer sails out of bounds. A 7-point advantage for Syracuse in the final 2:45 here in Pitt.
Introducing.
This game's very much in reach if you're Pitt. It's been kind of strange though, Eric. We were talking about it during the break. Like every time Pitt kind of makes a run, Syracuse finds a way just to silence it. And it's just taken the air out of the gym time after time. And a lot of times it's because of Donnie Freeman. How can you find a creative way to get him a look? Nice job to Marco Minor.
10 on the shot clock for JJ Starling. Minor in Freeman's face, strips the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Cuse. The 2.8 on the shot clock.
I'll say this, DeMarco Minor's tough. He doesn't back down from anybody.
Yeah.
He's giving up about 9 inches in height against Donnie Freeman, and my man is in the mix.
It's under 3 seconds to get a shot off here for Syracuse. Freeman in the corner, rejected out of bounds by Cialeppa.
Now Cuse has 2 timeouts. This is a tough entry point. Nice block, Cialeppa. Late switch. The athleticism of this young man.
Just 0.8 on the shot clock here, T.O.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is this a time where you throw or you call a timeout to try to set up a lob for William Kyle?
Starling got to get rid of it. Short on the 3.
That would have been a killer.
Yeah.
Big possession right here. I'm not saying it all rides on this one, but
Cummings inside the free throw circle. No. Fighting for the rebound. William Kyle brings it down.
Winning time. Good decision, Donnie Freeman. This is why you go and get Nate George out of the portal. You need a point guard to right your ship, get a solid offensive set, get an open look.
Starling with 5 to shoot. Excuse me, Freeman fading away on the elbow, and somehow it drops.
That's just a big-time move from a big-time player. My first time seeing Donnie Freeman in action in person since Peach Jam a few years ago.
Loose ball, turnover on Pitt at a crucial time with 1:12 to go. And the other way, Nate King's the lay-in.
And that's a killer. You're making a run and a turnover where you can't set your defense. All but over.
Inside, Cialeppa, little turnaround, short. Got his own rebound. Cummings for 3, they need it. Loose ball tapped out into the hands of Nathan George, and he'll go to the free throw line.
That's tough. He had coming into the season versus the roster that's on the floor now for the Panthers. I mean, it's a completely different look. He's a coach that loves to have big, tough, physical players. And when Deshaun Jackson wasn't going to play, it really changed their lineup because you had to move Cam Corrigan to the 5. And they want to play with a certain type of pace. They want to slow it down, grind it out. It's been a tough go at it first half of the season for Pitt.
Final 43 seconds. Syracuse looking to improve to 11-5 on the year. This would be 5 wins in their last 6 games if they are to hold on. Minor has played valiantly on the defensive end, but really struggled shooting 1 for 7 in the game as throws that one off the foot of Donnie Freeman out of bounds. 25 seconds to go.
Been a nice game. Been a nice game for Brandin Cummings. I mean, 29 points, did all he could. Syracuse just stacked just enough stops to put this one away. After a first half where the Orange were out of this world good.
Yeah.
Shooting the basketball.
Well, this is the part of the schedule, if you're looking at it for Syracuse, the conference slate that they need to win some games. You've got Pitt, and then you've got Florida State at BC. You know, those are some victories that Syracuse needs to have.
All 3 must wins.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to be in the conversation for an NCAA tournament bid, you have to win those 3 games.
Marco Minor, good bucket for him. He has worked hard from the start of the game till now the end. Just hasn't had a lot of production offensively. And it'll be in a losing effort as Syracuse can dribble out the clock on an 83-72 win here on the road at Pitt. The Orange fans who have traveled, an ovation to this Cuse team that shot 55% from the floor and 10 of 22 from 3.
Fantastic first half and just enough in the second to get it done. This Syracuse team, when they shoot the ball well,